No, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world. Trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. Easy now.
Well now, aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world. Ha! Fresh out of the crypt, are you? Or walk about like you still had flesh on your bones in your case. You even have yourself a silky mortal voice. How much do you think I get out? But sorcerers collared on this tub, all heading to Fort Joy. Beyond still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
An animal sty. Freight or food?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully. Her rectangular... The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed.
Is my shift out? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounge? Damn. If it's not one thing, it's another. And no way I can try. That's all I needed to hear. Just don't let that caged rascal fool you. You can't trust him as far as you can throw him.
Empty.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. A gentleman among gentlemen.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his gaze...
Free. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your...
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
Empty.
Everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do with it. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they? Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Sauce. For good.
Good gods, there's
A
been...
young magister stands pale. Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't...
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were... Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. Move along.
Come on, please, Losa. Be good, you scallywags.
It was one of them. I know it.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
Your kind always hung closest to our... I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of the ship with him.
You think me mad?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark...
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
She looks at you in surprise when you bare an arm of bone.
My. Guess I'll have to find out the memory from Marrow, won't I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them, hoping that none would stare back. You were desperate to speak up, to reach out, to form a connection with these strange creatures. But you were scared, terrified even, of what they might think of you. Of course it is, the truth. But don't you worry, darling. Your secrets I don't lick.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. You faring okay so far? Glad to hear it. You head on in now.
Keep those bolts trained on. Got this. And if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous looks.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Mask! She stole it. If these savages see me without it, they will have my skull for a goblet.
long before this thing snaps into splinters. Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Thank the gods!
He eyes the collar circling your neck.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Like you don't know? Mutiny! Did that...
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix! Take out your blade!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. Rix looks to his companion.
Go then! Get out of here! Just leave me be. Get on with you.
God damn it. I need to get off this wreck. Quick. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull. for a peaceful stroll? Up the ladder. There's a... Wait. Void woken.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dark...
Wait, where are the...
I've faced worse.
Glory is mine. These beardless bugs won't sink a ship on my watch.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary. Let the games begin.
No telling when there might be more. We need to move.
They smell even worse. Let's head on the next visit there.
I hear something. It's Magister C1. The one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck. Bloody bubbles.
plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Well, that was decidedly unpleasant. Am I the lone survivor? Depending on one's definition of survivor, of course. Ah, mortals look at this and think it's old. It's rather adorable, really. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They made it to shore. Ah, hello, small, furry creature. How do you do? I've spotted something.
Send us your children, your supplicants.
You there? I'm looking for an inmate. Have you seen him? None of your business, inmate. Find...
Don't like the game, Topsy. You involved.
No, just because the pair of you are filthy, cheating liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
Mummy's right here. Where are you?
Is he?
She's gone, Father. You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you... In that case, listen up. You're lost, my friend.
I won't say it again.
The old dog... Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, she was the one who sat rolling dice. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. No sooner have these words left your mouth.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time, I'll let my needle do the licking. I see.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A floor.
Let me tell you, once upon a bad old time, but now I'm free. Of sorts. I intend to raise the subject with him.
She drives the needle.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw... That makes you a liability. That makes you needle.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit, make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Well, oh, little needle mom. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. I'm not quite sure the weather will save.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down.
Yes, the needle did find you rather tough to chew. Then again, I already knew I'd have to put... This may strike you as,
She tilts her head ever so slightly and looks at you.
Yes. Let's discuss our respective... You mean Death will be playing many a round of hide... As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. My grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy. Go on. A bit fickle, are we? Huh, we'll have to work on that. Suits me fine. Lead on, then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in...
So, this is Fort Joy.
Please, help me. She has not much.
She is. Griff accuses me of... He is a savage kind. Do you believe the words of a... Perceptive. Like most men behind bars, I'm innocent. I do. But you guess I need something too. I know a way out. I show you. And you, finally, progress. Griff releases me if he sees after I am free, you are free. I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. I intend no harm. I want only you understand. Thank you.
Griff is slowly
What? Who's asking?
He smirks.
I'm listening. Myro. I guess you mean the clown I caught stealing from my kitchen. Supplies. A crate of food, citrus in particular. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Bring back my crate, and you...
Hands out your pockets now.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep...
The ground? I don't know what you...
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh? Everything there? Good.
When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Yet so quickly, we find sources so
There's
dead.
plenty of singletons about.
Let me be, Sam.
I only mean that if you think about it logically, it's much better.
As you're about to approach the lizard,
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh.
to your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting. You hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves, and a man called... Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail... Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction.
Chat's over.
So, that seems just a tad excessive.
Something on your mind? It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him.
She defies you with depth.
Can you blame me? There it is. I was wondering when your spying would make an appearance. Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures. The search for the master continues, of course. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happened. Your eyes brim with inquiry, so ask.
Frightfully busy at the moment, love. Haven't got any liquor on hand, have you? This fella could use a little comfort. All the worse for old Dane. He crossed one of Griff's card sharks and got exactly. Our healers walk it.
Out my face, or...
He smacks your hand away.
You're trying to kill me, ain't you? Get!
Oh, I don't think so, mister. You'll
My eye, you will.
Yes, I'm sure you will. Now lay down. Our healers walk.
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore.
You. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow?
The creature gingerly takes the plant. It is...
Darling, dear. Dear, darling child.
The creature clenches the plant tightly.
You wouldn't understand.
The creature begins to weep.
For you, my ring, part of... It's been too long, my dear. Yarrow girl, you go. Told you, didn't I? They crossed my wires, hammer goes clang, and the name of Migo come out of Arx. My daughter's a magister. Prit clang clang.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel your heart is heavy. You know too much. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous... Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched, and she reaches a hand toward you. You grab... The memories end. You are no longer Finn.
If a magister finds us on you, you forget my name, here. Got it.
Ain't fit for beasts.
Sabine gently places...
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on.
Sabine steps forward and asks Griff. The little back and forth ensues.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the Hollow Marshes. Naught but a whelp. Zalaskar's his name.
Griff glances from his blade. Griff tears into one of the oranges with...
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question.
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone did... Your guy's free to go.
It is done. I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way out. But yes, Sahela. She is everything. A ruler, a seer, a knower. It is for all our people. Give me your map. I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. I go to her.
What's your hand, Pipspock? What are you loitering round here for? If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. Out the fort? So where then? Mind your manners round Griff, eh?
We find sources so dangerous. What in his death must have happened, isn't it? So Voidwoken are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no source of the king? I have no mouth, no mouth. Why has Alexander easy now,
If you don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold. Looky here, mates. Why don't you join us in a round of cup? Chuffed.
You glance at your hand.
Well, that was easy. Looks like you'll have to pay your interment fee after all, Freshie. I'm sure the Reds told ya. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. To be sure, Chief. Pay up and you get to keep your eyes. Sounds pretty satisfying, doesn't it? We'll see about that.
yield to none.